Barbados, get up. Good morning Barbados, good morning to you. Good morning, 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 morning. Good morning to you. Good morning Barbados, good morning to you. Good morning Barbados, good morning. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Morning to you.
Morning to you as well, and a very terrific Tuesday morning indeed. It's Tuesday, folks. It is Tuesday, it is Tuesday, it is Tuesday, the 5th of August, 2025. I've said it like that because you could be a little bit confused having had an extended weekend. So it's Tuesday. Work resumes today for a lot of you, if not the most of you. And so to all of you, we wish today the very best as you get about yourselves today. Thank you for waking up to watch us on our streams on Facebook, YouTube, and our website, cbc.bb. I'm Pearson Bowen, and it is good to see you. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. Boy, did we have a blast. And so the dust has settled, and we're talking to a monarch this morning, so stick around for that in just a moment. I can't wait to hear about the planning behind the production. Can't wait to talk about that. Also, remember, if you know of something or someone whose story we have to tell, you tell us about it by sending us an email. Our email address is morninbarbados@cbc.bb, morninbarbados@cbc.bb. So we're going to get into that in just a moment. Also, this morning, we'll meet a young lady from Trinidad and Tobago who is a journalist, broadcaster really, and she's been on island to experience the sweetest summer festival. I want to hear her report. We shall meet her in just a little while. Now, there's a charity committed to nurturing hearts and minds of young people. Who are they? And why are they about this? We will meet them in just a little while to get a sense of their purpose and their mission. A number of you, or perhaps I should say a number of us, would suffer from alopecia, dry hair, break ends, split ends, of tummy, all of those kinds of things. There's a woman who knows about that herself. And so she's developed a series of products just for the black hair. And I don't mean the color black, for the hair of black people. And so she'll join us in just a little while to explain to us why it is that she's doing what she's doing and to share with us some of the products that perhaps can help you. So stick around to find out about that this morning as well. Hello to you indeed, Rhonda Hines-Graham. Good having you. Terrific today to you as well. Also today, as we gather in St. Andrew, we'll be taking a look at herbs as medicine. And we'll be taking you into the Carifesta village this morning as well. Anthony Smith, morning. Auntie Faye, good morning. She's saying good morning to everyone here, there, and literally everywhere. Back to you, Kieran Oliver. Have yourself a wonderful today too. Have a beautiful morning. And are you ready for this, folks? The dust has settled. If, like you or like me, you were at the Richardstown Amphitheatre on Friday for this year's epic Pick of the Crop final, courtesy Garage Pick of the Crop final, powered by Q100.7 FM, then you were in the right spot. I mean, a bumper turnout, and there had to be a reason for that. And then a tremendous outcome as well. But before we get to the person, let's take a look at the performance. The Calypso Monarch of Barbados for 2025. Bim bam boom bay.
Bim bam boom bay.
There you go now.
Please.
Mr. Blood, good morning.
Good morning to you, Pearson. How are you doing today?
I am doing well. How Fantastic. Are you doing? Exhausted.
Unbelievably, I'm pretty cool today. I should be exhausted because yesterday was on the road, and after a full weekend, finals night, and doing stuff Saturday, Sunday, then on the road yesterday, and I had sound check which is Soca 25, which is the night last night. So I got home like after 1 minute to 2.
Wow.
You know, so, and I'm here. But for some reason, I've been here before at this time and was much more tired.
Yes.
So I guess
you're aging in the right direction.
Possibly. You got to start counting backwards after 4.
This is crown number 2.
2. Yes, please.
Is it sweeter this time around?
It feels really good. I think the first one would probably get the edge on it, yeah. But I must honestly say, it feels really, really good to have done it again. I was really looking forward to it this year too, because I for some reason I just planted that in my brain from early, and I remember right after the competition, it was really early in the morning, and Mikey called me and he said, whenever you focus and you plan, right, you see the outcome. Anytime then make sense also not. So yeah. But it feels really good,
Right.
I'm so happy to be able to walk the streets and people, congratulate me, and they're really happy about the wing. So
It's a fantastic song, well written and well performed, dare I say.
Thank
I
you.
can't wait to talk about the production in just a little while. But talk to me about the Thursday. The Thursday, I mean, the results, we knew that you were in the final on the Sunday morning.
yes.
And then you had to get ready for the Friday. But on the Thursday, the day before the final, what was going on?
Ha! Wow. On that day, I had made up my mind I was going to rest that day. It did not happen. Let me see. Got up in the morning, started doing some stuff, and then one of my girlfriend, who was also one of the production managers, said, I couldn't sleep last night, and she said, this is what we need to do with those tombstones. But I said, but we already getting some tombstones made. Said, no, we need to do this, right? And I had some wood home, and she said, let's call Glenn, which is my neighbor around the back, because he has a wood workshop. And we asked him to just cut these out and to make sure that they could stand. So I mean, that was walking around the bend. That's like going from here, going out to the front, into the car park with heavy wood. So, and the sun was hot.
Yes.
So I used to betting, and the thing is, I had bought some lunch too to eat, right? Because no cooking was happening. And the food was in the living room, sitting down there waiting for me, and I bought there walking about with heavy wood, right? And getting it cut into tombstone shape and getting it put together and whatnot, and so, and then we had to paint them and mark them up, and then she said, well, let me put some flowers on the sides that has the names and that kind of stuff.
Right.
So yeah, we were doing that on Thursday, and what happened in the evening, I can't remember.
That's all right.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, there was planning happening on the Thursday.
A lot of planning. The
Were you
planning
all-
started from like as soon as we got the results.
So that's fine. You knew the song,
Yeah.
but you had to craft a presentation around it.
Yes.
And that started as soon as you knew that you were in the final?
The thing is actually, right, you see the crafting of that presentation, on the day I released the song, David Davis, my good friend D2, right, sent me a long message over WhatsApp detailing exactly how the presentation should go.
Wow.
Right? So we looked at that, we tweaked it, and we did this bum, because I had it there. I had sent it to my girlfriend, I had sent it to my production manager as well, and it was just there. And then on the Sunday evening, after we pulled the positions, etc., we then started to break it down and put it together. And we had the ideas, and everything started to just come together. In fact, when I look back at it, right, at the very beginning of it, I had not even realized this guy had me looking like I was in an actual cathedral.
Yes.
Right? So I did not know. I knew what the pictures, etc., to celebrate the art, the Calypsonians, they were going to be there. But the other things that he had put in place with the graveyard and the cathedral, it just all came together.
When the lights started to come up, because the stage was dark,
Yes.
then they puff that smoke. You're right. Oh my goodness, this is eerie.
Yes,
And so
yes.
right away you're caught into the theater of what you were doing.
yes.
And then out of it we saw the casket being lowered, and
lowered.
up comes Mr. Blood. And there you were in that surreal lighting. And I thought, for me, right away, that was a winner. I remember saying to Kimberly, because we were doing commentary, I said, Kimberly, that is it. That is it. That is production.
Yes,
and
yes.
and I thought that was important indeed, to find another way to say what you had to say.
Yes, definitely, because it was very, very important to be able to set that stage from the very beginning, right? And it just really worked out, you know. I was happy that, you know, we explained the kind of lighting we needed to have, you know, the fog, the mist, everything, and to make sure that vibe was set. And the one thing that I kept saying over and over throughout the season is, as long as it can get the emotion across, right? And in the finals, I think it will do well. And when I got some of the messages, you know, people said, you know, it made them cry and that kind of stuff. I said, yeah, well, good.
It was really impactful.
Yes,
it was truly impactful. But then you saw people that they're dancing,
yeah,
their powers down.
Yeah,
You know?
because then when the points of celebration came, you know, people understood. Well, yeah, let's celebrate these guys, right? Let's celebrate, you know, the invaders and the vipers and the destroyers, etc.
Then you reeled on an icon.
Oh, yes, indeed. Of course, I mean, and he has been given his flowers as well, you know, so that made sense that, you know, one of the most loved, if not the most loved Calypsonian in Barbados, you know, was there to also give me my flowers as well. So it's like, you know, you need to have that impact at the very end of a production, and it worked.
You oftentimes at the Pick of the Crop final, we see Pekong at the end.
Yes.
This song was, however, not written for Pekong.
No, not at all.
And so talk to me, how was it challenging for you not to throw some lashes at that point?
Not really, because that's really not my thing, right? I believe that if I have a song, whatever I'm going to do with the song in the final, it has to enhance that song and not just enhance me as the performer trying to outdo the other people. I have to outdo them with the song that I'm doing, the performance that I'm bringing, and it has to make sense, right? I found there were some Pekongs in some of these songs that they were disjointed. They made completely no sense whatsoever to the songs that they were doing. So I don't know. I've always said when I win the crown, and this is before I won the first one, that, you know, when I do win the crown, I want to win with solid, authentic Calypso.
Yeah.
You know.
And so said, so done. And so Mr. Blood is now the reigning Calypso Monarch for the second. What comes with your winning? Because you agreed to keep it. Let me put it right there.
Yeah. So that comes with the winning. You know, I have a brand new car. Needed one. If anyone could see my phone for the past couple of months, right? Yes. I put a photo as my screen of a vehicle, of my favorite vehicle on my phone, and I just looked at it every day. Every day. So whenever I picked up my phone, I would see my vehicle there, you know. So yeah, what comes with it though, you know, is well, you've got a lot more what's the word? Stuff to do, basically, right? Yes. You know, more bookings, more TV, more radio, more performances, of course, you know. So a lot of stuff is going to come along with it, of course. Responsibility, you know, to make sure that you know, I can wear this crown, you know, with dignity. And I told my writer, you know, we have to look at trying to do this again. But then I messaged him back and I said, you know what, no pressure. Just let's concentrate on bringing another good song. And that's it, because really and truly, and as I was telling someone this morning, right, defending is defending. Yes. But if you just bring a good song, like if you weren't defending and you represent it well, then maybe again,
that's
you can do it the right way.
So here we were now. Mac Fingal had called all 18 finalists back to the stage. All of the presenting party, they were all settled and in position. The car had been driven on. Everything was right there before you.
Yes.
And you stood there in that line waiting. Talk to me a little bit what was going on.
That's the part I hate most of all. I hate that so much, you know. There's you two, you're there standing and you're hoping and you're praying and, you know. And the thing is like you're not the only one from the Barbados Public Workers Cooperative Union Big Show. So when that name is called, right, it could be anybody.
That's right.
You know, and so I was just happy to be able to, just like, gosh, thank you.
So let me walk this down for a second. In fourth position, the defending monarch AC.
AC, yes.
So you call it, okay, one down. In third position, the announcer.
Yes. So right there and then, a little bit of weight is off my shoulder because I know he was a crowd favorite, right? You know, and he was quite impactful on the night as well.
Yeah.
But I knew criteria-wise that, you know, myself and IWeb had certain elements that could edge the other songs out.
Okay.
And then there's
in
two left.
Number two,
Yeah.
IWeb. And that's when you knew you had it?
Yeah, basically, I think, you know, because truth is, after my performance, I felt, and I always, in fact, from the draw, when everybody started to switch around, people started to switch around numbers and whatnot, and I looked at the running order, it is when I actually then felt comfortable with number 3, because I would have preferred number 6, where announcer came.
Yes.
But I looked at the order and I said all I had to do was to make the right impact at number 3. And it worked out, you know, it worked out really, really well. And a lot of other things happened on the night, right, that really kind of sealed the deal. And because when I went backstage and I sat down, I kind of like, I kind of wish bad for other people. Because you know what you can do, you know what you're capable of. And I know that I made 1 or 2 very tiny errors, and I just hope, please let everybody else do the same thing.
I can't wait to hear about that error. I can't wait to hear. I want you to define that for me because I may have missed it myself. But
I'm glad, but I'm not telling anybody neither.
We'll take a break right here. We're coming back to engage more with the reigning Calypso Monarch of Barbados for 2025, Mr. Blood, in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Hey there, it's Mahalia. I want to share something that might be really helpful. If you're feeling anxious, overwhelmed, depressed, or lonely and have no one to talk to, call Lifeline Barbados. We all face struggles at times in our lives. You're not alone. There's no need to feel ashamed or embarrassed. It's okay to reach out for support. Lifeline Barbados is completely confidential. No one else will know you called. They're there to offer a caring ear and guidance without judgment. And fellas, I want you to know asking for help is a true sign of strength. It takes real courage to reach out. You can also call Lifeline Barbados if you're worried about loved ones who are struggling and you need advice on how to support them. There's a saying, a problem shared is a problem halved, but not everyone has someone they can confide in. That's why Lifeline Barbados exists, to be there for you or someone you care about during tough times. Save this number. Lifeline Barbados is just a call away. Remember, you can reach out whenever you need to talk.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
19 after 6 o'clock as we spend some time this morning with the now Calypso Monarch of Barbados for 2025, Mr. Blood, and his song Don't Wait. And so, Mr. Blood, I like the fact that while you didn't throw lashes, you took time to honor those who are still alive.
Yes,
and call names.
And call the names of those. Yeah, because there are a lot of guys out there who've contributed so much to Calypso and Crop Over in the whole over the years. And, you know, sometimes we just go along and then the guys pass and, you know, we remember them. But I think, you know, they've done so much. Like, for instance, you know, one of the first songs I can remember jumping to on the road was by Viper, right? Ting Tong.
Ting Tong, Ting Tong.
I even wrote a song called Ping Pong,
Yes.
right? Early in my career, right? And then I always used to tell Destroyer that I really loved Boom Bam and Hottie Hottie, and that I thought that at some point in time we should do a remake of it together. So it is not too late to still do that, you know. And I learned so much from all of these guys when I started in the business. So it's like, you know, I was happy when Billboard, you know, sent me that song. And in fact, he wrote it for me to do last year. However, when he sent the song, he was in conversation with Red Plastic Bag, you know, about another song.
Yes.
So that went on pause, and James P. Sent me a song, a party song called Flowers, right? And it was about giving me my flowers. And I remembered, I got this song here that Billboard wrote, and I sat down and I took a little of this and I said, yeah, this here saying all the right things. So let me just tell James P. that I can't wait his song, right? And I sent the song to him and let him hear it, and he said, cool, we good with that. So I think, it's a good decision. It's like 2018,
Yes.
when I did sexual harassment.
Yes.
That was not written for me. So Don came and he brought me the song that he felt was the song for me. So after we had put down my demo, he said, well, I got this other song here, right? And I want to put down the demo so I could play it for somebody. So he started to sing. I said, in the middle of this thing, I said, hold on a minute. Why a woman got to sing that song? Because he did it for a woman. I said, why does a woman have to sing that song? He said, what do you mean? I said, a fella could sing this song. He said, who you got in mind? I said, me. And that was it. And when you get that feeling from a song immediately, and back then you had to have the two songs, I started looking for a second song. And it just so happened that Nyasha Agard had written a song for junior competitor the year before, but he did not compete. And I was playing it for a junior who wanted to compete for the year. And as I sat there, although I had recorded the demo, I never listened to it because it wasn't for me.
Yes.
So when I sat there and I was listening to the song and playing it for the guy, I said, so this is the kind of song you got to get, not this one.
Yes.
Right? And that was how, so, and then from the very early stages that you've got two good songs that could possibly take you all the way to the top. And that is how I felt about
this year, but Don't Wait.
Don't Wait, yeah.
And so, there's much more that you're doing. Overall, how would you characterize the season?
This season was quite different, Usually you're so busy, like, with the party songs and that kind of stuff, and you're running here, running there, running there, here. I found it to be, although I had a fair amount of work, I still found that party energy wasn't there. And the focus on the Calypso, the Kaiso, was much greater. And in fact, I dare say that, the Calypso music was much stronger than the party music this year. So I think that kind of vibe, as you can tell, sold out the show on finals night.
It was stunning to see the number of people who turned up.
There were a lot of good songs in that finals.
Yeah.
And the truth is, when you have so many good songs, and you've got 18 places, somebody has to come first and somebody has to come last, even if it is by a point or half of a point or something like that.
There's been discussion about the quality of the writing this year. Do you have an opinion on that?
The writing as far as the Calypso is concerned was phenomenal. The guys came with some good angles, some different topics, right? Even in the juniors, as you listen to them, you found that they came from different angles. Even if some of the subject matter may have been familiar, the angles took, right, were great. And I think you got to give kudos to those people who were into writing the Calypso and that kind of stuff. They did a really, really good job this year, and we hopefully they can top it again for next year.
How do you sustain you, Mr. Blood, in entertainment and in particular in Barbados?
How do I sustain me? Well, I just try. I don't even try to reinvent myself. I just try to be authentic to myself. I just try to enjoy. For instance, as far as party is concerned, I approach it where I'm going to write a song or choose a song that I feel good doing. Even if it is not popular, when I perform it, I feel good performing it, and you're going to feel good watching me perform it, right? Yes. So that's how I approach it. And same thing with the Calypso, I have to, it has to connect with me personally in a way that this is something that I really want to say, and it also has to offer some sort of a solution. I think a lot of songs are done where people are just criticizing, and not really offering any solution. And I think you should have, if you're going to say something about something, at least have an opinion that you can put something on the table to help, And those are the types of songs that I like to do. And, so that is how I really, just keep approaching it,
Yes.
I got to be happy. And I like singing. And I like performing. So
And we
when
see
I go
that.
on stage,
Yeah.
I got to be happy.
And we see it every time.
Yeah.
Your, perhaps for the season, final performance is tonight.
Yeah, well, not
You
in
have
front
another
of
performance for the season?
Yeah, there's Golden.
Oh, yes, Golden Soca coming up.
Right, that's the right one. Yeah, the right name. Yeah,
That's
It was
correct.
on Saturday night. So I
Yes.
have that as well. So
tonight, are you looking
Tonight.
forward to Square One?
yes, Square One is going to hit the stage. We are ready. The guys, we had a song check last night. Like I said, it started at 11:30-ish or so.
Oh.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll be there. I've got we're going to bring Versatile on stage with us tonight as well, and Mikey's going to be in the set. So we should have a really nice, impactful set, and certainly hope that we can move the crowd and everybody can party and have a good time.
I mean, the catalogue for Square One is amazing.
Amazing.
To begin with,
amazing.
everybody loves every Square One song, and so we all know it by heart. So we'll be singing along with you for sure. But so we're looking forward to it tonight.
Yes.
For Soca 25.
Soca 25,
With-
that's right.
at
Botanical Gardens, that's right. I believe the doors are opening early, 5 o'clock. So you got to get there early. If you ain't get your ticket, go and get your ticket now.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Go and get your ticket now.
Let's sell out this one like how we
Sell out
sell
this
out all
one
the
like,
others.
like the finals. It's going to be fantastic. It was awesome last year. And, everybody had a really good time. You've got Crossfire there as well, and all of the top Barbadian artists will be there. So, hey.
It's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. You got to be
Yeah.
there tonight, indeed. And so he does all of this, and then he also balances it all to, apart from his production work, with working on radio.
That is correct.
When
And
you
I'll
due
be
back
back
on air,
the
sir?
air tomorrow. Tomorrow,
checking.
bright early. And you can catch me at Q, by the way. I doing Q Thursday here.
Oh, you doing Q on
yeah,
Thursday?
Yeah. So all you Q fans, come on out. I can be there, live and living color.
Yes. In other words, your vacation is over now.
I'm done.
So back into the
El
studios. indeed.
finito. Yeah.
Mr. Blood, congratulations. I messaged you, as you know,
Yes,
to
yes, thank
really
you so
compliment you on your overall performance and production. I thought it was stunning. It was really, really good. It lifted the competition. As I told you, I told Kimberly right away, who was next to me, Kimberly, the competition has now started. It has
Yes,
no.
yes.
That is what we're looking for.
Yes.
I dare anyone else to top it.
You know-
and while we had other performances that were good, we know the outcome now.
Yeah, it's
Go
true.
ahead.
I just wanted to say, because you asked me about the Thursday, the suit, the flower suit. I had ordered that suit a couple of weeks ago, right? And I knew that's supposed to be on the island at a certain time.
Yes.
It was, but I didn't get that until the people was almost closed on the on Thursday. Imagine that, But everything fell into place.
Everything fell
and
together.
Everything really come together.
It was for you. And so we're giving you our flowers now.
Yes,
We're
I
giving
see a
you
lot
your
of flowers in here. You give me this one and this one to get home.
Yeah. But, you are so good. You've been doing this for so long.
I enjoy what I do.
And we enjoy you doing what you do. You make us enjoy it as well. And so, Mr. Blood, may it forever be that you're continuing to be outstanding in what you do.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
You're very
I do
welcome, my
appreciate
friend.
it.
You're
Thank
very
you.
welcome. Mr. Blood, good morning to Audrey Harris. Audrey says, well done, Mr. Blood. And so a lot of people have been messaging indeed to say well done to Mr. Blood indeed. And we join with your messages in wishing him only the very best indeed. But tonight, Square One at Soca 25, the National Botanical Gardens, you have to be there to see him one more time. And speaking of which, we'll be back after this break.
Our mindset is very clear. We don't celebrate, we own. Some others we play a big fanfare, but I don't stop it at all. All pretty Calypsonians, we prefer and call them great. Like Sparrow, Jockey and
ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
The Ministry of Youth, Sports and Community Empowerment's Bridges television series is back. Join us every Wednesday at 8 p.m. with a repeat on Saturdays at 5:30 p.m. on CBC TV 8. Don't you miss it.
God will not give you a job. God will not call you.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We're 28 minutes now to go to 7 o'clock as we turn our attention to making a difference to our young people in our island in many, many ways. And so we know that from what we see, many of them are challenged, sometimes not of their own doing, but they are challenged. And so there is a charity designed to help some of our at-risk young people. I hope that they're spending some time to tackle some of our at-risk young men in particular. We're happy to be introducing you this morning to the At-Risk Youth Foundation. They are a charity. And so some of the members of the committee are here with me. Dr. Lisa Jagannath is one of the members. Thank you. Good morning to you, ma'am.
Good morning.
You brought along Alexia Lovell and Ryan Brewster. To each of you, a good morning.
Good morning.
Indeed.
Good morning.
Start with you, Dr. Lisa. Talk to me a little bit about the At-Risk Foundation. What is it formed to do?
The At-Risk Youth Foundation was formed in 2014 to begin with, and it really aims to support young people that are at risk of underperforming, who may be exposed to risk in their community, little access to resources or opportunities, and so we try to fill that gap. We try to support them through a creative approach, one that looks at the environment. We try to build a supportive environment, one that takes care of them psychologically, create that safe space, that safe haven, where they can talk to us, where we can reach them through different programs and projects.
How do you identify these individuals? So, I mean, we live among them. Sometimes we just go by and close our eyes to them. But how do you say this little one is in need, or are they identified to you?
It happens both ways. Sometimes you may have a parent saying to us, I need you to come and speak with my son, or I need you to speak with my daughter. That's one way of identifying them, through the parents reaching out to us. Another way is just observing the behavior. You may recognize that there's some fallout in terms of their upkeep, having their basic needs met. You can tell sometimes by how they carry themselves. You can see areas of neglect surfacing, and it is across an age range from primary level to secondary level. Sometimes it is a challenge to deal with everything with limited resources, but we create that space for them to grow and to have that chance to turn around their lives.
Alexia, what led you into this? Because you're young yourself, you could have simply said that's for the older people to resolve, but you wanted to be a part of the change. What led you there?
Well, for me, I actually started with the Give Back program, so at UE, and because I always had a love for helping people. That was always my nature, being someone that would be able to go and actually assist anyone that was in need. So when I heard about the program from Dr. Lisa, I at first was a little nervous to do it because I don't have the background in social sciences, so I was a little nervous about it because I didn't know how I could actually help people in that way. But with mentoring and having assistance from Dr. Lisa and other members of the charity, I was able to understand what exactly is going on, being exposed to that environment, and that actually allowed me to be able to assist more. Yeah.
So it means a lot to you to be a part.
Yes, it does.
And so when you interact and interface with those in need, who are at risk, What kinds of impact would it have on you?
For me, it would show me that you can't just go about life thinking that, you know, people don't have, you can't just allow people to go about like that. You have to actually get involved in it, you know, like it comes with, for me, being able to go out and support, encourage, sometimes educate with the different pillars that we have at the charity, and just getting involved with it is actually very inspiring to me. Yeah.
Ryan, as I was introducing the segment, I spoke about young boys and men, and you were nodding away. I saw your head, and that's for somehow disconnected with you. Why? What do you see happening?
Well, with my background as an educator, I have the opportunity to interact with a lot of our young people. I also have a young son, he's in his 20s, and I get the opportunity to see, interact, and exposed to a lot of the challenges that they are faced with. And as a male myself, I've been fortunate in my life growing up to have had the support that a lot of our current young men do not have. And by extension, I recognize the need for us, an organization like the At-Risk Youth Foundation, to be able to provide that support which may be lacking, whether it be at home or in the community. Because the reality is our young men are in crisis. You know, we need to help bring them back and help them to understand the responsibility that comes with being a young man and being a part of the future. So,
and I wonder at times, I hope you do too,
yes.
If we don't, then what? Have you thought about that?
I have, and we've had several discussions about it, and it is scary. As I said, I have a young son. We won't be here forever, but these young persons are the future of our country. These are the peers of our children and our children's children. So it is important for us to play a part to help to shape what will come later down the road.
Dr. Lisa, we could do all of that, and sometimes we feel as if we're failing, but if we reach one, we meet one, and we can make it happen. How does it work? Is it that you're feeding, you're fostering? What is it that happens with the charity? How do you tangibly turn this at-risk youth into a more positive direction?
That's a brilliant question. We begin by reaching them where they're at. To do that, it would mean that you can't judge them. You have to reach them where they're at. And that would mean not asking, how did you get here in the initial stages, but to say, I am here. I'll assist you. I'll do best I can. And so we respond to their physical needs. So sometimes that may be through the provision of clothing. It could be just through the provision of books for school, sponsorship. We have a hamper program that we do at Christmas time, but we also give to institutions as well. And it was just amazing to see how many people call ahead of Christmas. Am I on your list? I hope I'm on your list. And to see the university students take part in it and the impact it has had on them, and seeing what the poverty looks like up front in your face, the psychological impact of poverty. You know, there were just, some of them were just moved to tears. They couldn't believe. You would hear poverty exists. You would know there are pockets of poverty. But to interface with it directly sends a totally different message, and it helps give you a reality check of really what other people may be facing as well.
But, okay, and I agree with you completely. I'm not discounting when I say but, you know, who feeds you? How do you, where do you store? So you understand what I'm saying, right? So that you are able to do what you're able to do.
It's stored fundamentally in my heart.
Okay, I got you. And so that thing in your heart propels you to do more. That passion,
yes.
What is it that you're still seeking to do to be able to help more at risk?
We would need resources, or my goal really is to have a home for our charity. To have a place where we can better assist them. For example, you may have a young person who might have been incarcerated for a short period or for minor offense, sometimes when they come out of prison, there's no place for them to go. And for me to have that resource space available to them where they can stay there with guidance, with mentorship, with meals, that would help support. And so to have a home where we can have a fixed set of staff employed along with our volunteers. So there's certain principles that we hold dear to, certain values we hold dear to, in recognizing that the needs of our at-risk youth really go beyond the physical.
It really, really does. Sometimes all they want is just time.
Yes, yes.
I'm sorry, I'm not a social worker, but it's just
I am.
and so that's what you were talking about, Alexia. Like, you were talking about finding the time to just listen, hold hand, to assure and reassure as it goes. And it's a lot of work to do, but it's worthwhile at the end. I think to see people achieve who they are in a positive way is so very impactful. And that's what you do time on time and time. And so, Ryan, when you see the young men stop and then take up something else that's way more positive, it must also mean a lot to you.
It is definitely very, very heartwarming, and it gives you a sense of fulfillment and success.
Right.
Like you were saying earlier, a lot of our young men just lack having someone that just genuinely cares for their well-being. And unfortunately they end up seeking it from the wrong places and from the wrong people, and unfortunately then it leads to a lot of the negativity that we see coming out of some of our young men.
And we as a society can do so much more. If you see it on their shirts, that's who they are. They are the At-Risk Youth Foundation. At-Risk Youth Foundation. They need your help, ladies and gentlemen. And we'll talk about how you can give your help in just a moment. But Dr. Lisa, talk to me about this activity you have coming up this weekend.
Well, this weekend we have our annual picnic. We usually do the picnic in a way that is educational as well as recreational. So this year, we haven't been there for a long time, but this year we're going to go to Welshman Hall Gully. So it's going to help our members, our volunteers, those they interact with, to have a chance to mentor, to explore nature, to appreciate some of the things that we take for granted. And then we will go off and have some games, and Ryan was planning a few games for the guys, some tug of war, we'll have some little raffles and prizes to give away. And all of this brings a level of support that builds a trusting environment. And I'm glad that you mentioned our logo, because as you mentioned on my shirt, we at the At-Risk Youth Foundation, we use the heart to create an environment of trust, an environment of love. So we see your flaws, we see the difficulties, the challenges, but we also see the essence of who you are, the goodness that's buried inside, waiting to emerge and to flourish. So these little people, we accept them as they are.
Yes.
With all their challenges, we use education as a tool, a major tool.
The book.
And Alexia would have mentioned some of our pillars that we operate under. And they overlap from time to time, but fundamentally education is our tool. And those little dollar-shaped dots you see there, those are the challenges they bring. The little stars in between is the good things that we try to hold on to. Eventually they leave the space, because we are a charity and we will have people transitioning in and out, volunteers as well as members, and then they soar. And the whole thing is to provide that structure for them to have something to fall back on. And it is so amazing that when you are able to see a success story, and we have a few, but when you're able to see that success story, it is just warming to know you've saved, you've guided, you've mentored, you've helped.
I feel it, Dr. Lisa. I feel it. I see it, and I feel it indeed. And so very briefly, Alexia, if someone is watching today and they want to give, how can they do so?
Well, you can do so by reaching out Dr. Lisa herself on you can also reach out on IG, you can, for young people, on Facebook. We have those two platforms. But you can also reach out on the Give Back program as well. You can also, speak to someone in Give Back and get in connection with the with the charity itself. And you can also, you know, be a volunteer. You can also get back your give back hours, but you can also make a huge impact.
It makes a difference.
Yeah.
And you benefit as well as it goes.
Yeah.
And so I really want to commend all of you, each of you and all of you in your team indeed, because it's the At-Risk Youth Foundation. It's from the University of the West Indies primarily, students of social science.
We have a lot of volunteers from the University of the West Indies, but because I used to lecture in social work, I found that the students gravitated to the charity.
Oh, I got you now. I got
And
you.
some of them have stayed on, even though they've given back their hours, as Alexi said.
Yes. What you do?
And Alexi is perfect representation of that, because she's finished her hours and she still volunteers with us.
Well done, Alexia. Thank you. Thank you all,
Along with a few others,
Thank you, Dr. Lisa. Thank you, Alexia. And thank you, Ryan, indeed.
Sure.
I wish you the very best. And I really hope that people flood you with their contributions in cash and in kind so that they can reach out to more at-risk youth. It's the At-Risk Youth Foundation in need so that they can meet the need of others who are really, really critical to our society. We want to see them flourish and develop. And having sowed the seed through education, they too will blossom and spread, and they will too fertilize the ground on which they land. And so that's why we all have to be a part of the cycle. I want to thank you all and wish you the very best. All right?
Thank you so much. Thanks for having us.
Morning Barbados takes a break. We're back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
God will not give you a job. God will not call you to do something and then not give you the capacity to have it, to make it happen. He will give you the resources, he'll give you the people. Not only will he equip you with ideas, but he will equip you with favor, as he did Nehemiah.
Turn on the latest episode of Infinite Possibilities, only on CBC TV8, every Sunday at 1:30 p.m., sponsored by Covenant Life Teaching Center.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health food store. At Nature's Discount, we have thousands of quality products at great prices.
Hi guys, Dottie here with Nature's Discount, and today we are talking about solar ray, microbiome, probiotics, and why you should be taking them.
And we have well over 3,000 amazing products to help you get healthy.
For your health tips, tune in to CBC TV8 every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday for Nature's Discount, sponsored by Get Healthy Incorporated.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
There's a song that says, she's royal. And there's also a saying that says, a woman's crown is her hair, her beauty is her hair. And oftentimes we all take that hair for granted, that it shall always be there. Maybe we mistreat it and assume that all is well. Maybe we just assume and we get it simply wrong. Well, there's a lady who is a trichologist who has taken time to understand the texture of the hair of the black person and to be able to understand the treatment thereof so that it is maintained as her crown and glory. Our crown and glory, because men also have hair challenges as well. And so today we're happy to be joined by Enitan Ajidi. I hope I've called your name right. Good morning to you.
Hello. It's Enitan Ajidi, but Eni's fine for short.
All right,
Eni, hello.
I'll work with Eni. Eni, welcome first of all. I love your crown and glory. It is long, it is lush, it's full.
Yeah, thank you. Achievable by anybody too. Thank you, yes.
Let's talk a little bit about your background, because you said, I was following a bit of your story, that one day while sitting in a salon chair, you noticed that the people were combing the hair very roughly. And so there were breakages and all of that kind of thing. And there's a lot of confusion around treatment and handling of the hair that you wear naturally. So that led you to say, I need to do something about this. I need to educate about it. And how has it been going so far?
It's been very, very interesting, because until you become aware, you're not even within the awakeness that there's something wrong. So typically you go to a salon, you go to a space, and the way the tool, the comb or the brush is used on the hair, that grooming is actually one of the greatest ways to damage Afro-textured hair. Because Afro-textured hair has several turns and bends. That's the science of it. For each turn, for each bend, for each loop is a breakage point. It also means, in addition to the breakage point, each loop is an exit point for moisture. It's the one group of hair or the one type of hair that needs to be handled with a lot of care, a lot of gentleness. But it's also the one type of hair that is really mistreated, really mishandled because of the lack of education.
And so you started the journey towards education. How has that journey been, and have you seen the success along the way?
The work is great. We have seen huge success, but there's still so much to do. There are very few people like myself that focus and hone us mostly on the science of Afro-textured hair, because it doesn't sound as, if you like, sexy. It doesn't sound as interesting as, you know, using a hair straightener and the hair looks flat, straight, and silky and shiny. Because Afro-textured hair is not naturally shiny. It doesn't mean it can't be big. Afro-textured hair, when you walk in the room, it demands attention. That's the type of hair we want to encourage. So it's been really, really incredible to see the tears of joy from women in their 60s, in their 70s, saying, for the first time, why am I just learning about this now in my 70s? Why am I just learning about this now in my 60s? Why is it that when I was younger, when they were teaching me how to brush my teeth, why wasn't I taught how to care for my real hair? Instead, why was the education put in braids back to back? So more people need to step up and talk about the science of how to nurture, how to care for protection. There's still so much work to be done.
And so we find ourselves facing challenges of alopecia, not just breakage. The length is stunted as a cause of a result of mistreatment and the like. Because your hair, if I've read your story right, your hair goes well down your back.
Yes, and it's my third hair journey, meaning this is achievable by anybody. The first hair journey I had was fully relaxed hair, because then my focus wasn't so much on health. My focus was, can this hair actually go longer than collarbone? Is that possible for someone that's full Nigerian, full black, that doesn't have any other mixed heritage within the immediate, you know, lineage? So when I reached waist length for the first time, I thought, now, is it possible if I remove the chemical and I'm completely natural, can I achieve the same thing? Not only did I achieve that, I achieved greater, because now I had volume, I had length. Yes, we do see loads of people with hair loss, a type of alopecia. Under the umbrella alopecia, there are about 22 different types of alopecia. Alopecia is just the scientific word for hair loss. The most common one of the most common ones when it pertains to Black women or men, is traction alopecia. As the name suggests, traction, pressure, weight, discomfort. Something that's too tight, something that feels too heavy. Not just once, doing it again and again and again. And then you notice that the hairline is thinner.
Yes.
And then you notice it's thinner, but then most people will stop, not all, they will stop it, let's say if it was really small braids, and then they go on to glue. So it's kind of like you're in the same house called traction alopecia, but you're going into different rooms. First it was braids, you stopped that, and then you went into using lace frontal, which is when the use of glue, and as you lift the glue, it's lifting the hair off. The hairs round the parameters of the hair is very, very fine. Very, very delicate, which is why oftentimes you would have heard it referred to as baby hair.
Yes.
Because it can't tolerate very much. So people need to be mindful of how to nurture, how to care for their hairline. And we have solutions for that. But the education is the most important.
So with the education, you said we have solutions. Let's talk about some of those solutions so that we get people right to the beginning, not just to listen and learn, but to do something about what they now know.
Yeah.
So what are some of the solutions you've been able to design and develop?
Yes. So when it comes to breakage, we have, this is one of the first products. I'm in the camera frame.
The other direction, right. There it is. It's protein defense.
Protein defense. And what this would do is target breakage. When the hair grows out of the scalp, an average Black person will get 0.5 inches scientifically. Now, we're not all average. Some people might exceed average. Some people might be slightly lower than average. But the average person, meaning there's no medical issues or you're not taking any medication that is creating additional hair loss, you're going to have 0.5 inches growing out of the scalp every month. That's a perfect example you have on the screen there. And this is the first time in her life that she was able to reach that length. This will help reduce the breakage. This will help reduce the amount of damage. This will make your hair resilient, make your hair feel more fortified so it can tolerate more. It can tell her more of the braiding, the twisting, the washing. Even washing, although washing is fantastic and you should absolutely wash the hair more frequently, we have to remember the hair is a fiber. So it will suffer wear and tear. So if I take, for example, this top I'm wearing, it's clean because it's washed. But if this top is 3 years old, I would have washed it several times over a 3-year time frame, meaning the quality of the fiber at year 3 is not the same as year 1.
Yes.
So you need things to help build integrity of the fiber. This is Mighty Moisture. Let me get my frame right again.
Mighty Moisture.
Mighty Moisture will help with making the hair feel smooth, making the hair feel fortified, allow your cuticles to lie flat. That is an advantage because when the cuticles lie flat, it means there's less rigidness. If there's less rigidness, it's smoother. If it's smoother, it means there's a less risk of breakage and you're able to retain length. Mighty Moisture is the product you need. And with Mighty Moisture, it gives you that stretched look. Now, what I mean by stretched look is it makes the hair feel like where you can feel the hair, but it doesn't feel wet, or you don't have residue, you don't have that greasy feel, which is as a result of the cultural approach as Black people. We think you have to feel grease for it to be moisturized. But that's not true. That's not true. So Mighty Moisture is another product. In addition to that, I'll just show you one more quickly. Slippery Lime Shampoo. This will be, and I say this with full and complete confidence, probably the best shampoo that male or female has used. When this was launched, I gave it to my husband to use, and he wasn't, I mean, he's bald, but he still has skin. He still has skin for the head, so you still have to shampoo your scalp, even if you don't have hair. And this will give you an amazing opportunity to reduce oxidative stress on the scalp and hair. Oxidative stress means where the cells are exposed to pollution, free radicals that allow the cell to degrade at a faster rate than it should do. So this will retain moisture and reduce oxidative stress on the scalp and hair.
Slippery Lime Shampoo. And I mean, as you can see, I don't have a lot of hair, but nonetheless, this is something that I could actually use. And you're right, because the way we've been indoctrinated, if the hair is not greasy, then it's not moisturized. If it's not greasy, then it's not properly groomed and all the rest of it. And here it is, you're offering a range of products that say to us that you don't have to go that route. One of the pictures we showed earlier related to the dirty brush, how that dirty brush can also impact how our hair, our crown and glory is. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Important. Yes, very, very important. That's a condition known as contact dermatitis. Dermatitis is a skin disorder. Contact means you made contact with something. As a result of contact with that thing, it triggered inflammation. Inflammation lingered and was untreated for a long time. That triggered itchiness, intense, aggressive itchiness that tore and caused a type of hair loss known as traction alopecia and contact dermatitis. So when you go to someone's house, when you go to a salon, when you go to the barbers, and they're using a tool that's not clean, you can get contact dermatitis. It doesn't always have to be a tool. It can be a bobby pin. It doesn't have to be about, it can even be a hair scarf. It can be your pillowcase. Not just your pillowcase, the actual pillow itself. When was the last time the actual pillow itself, not just the casing, was washed?
Wow.
All of those can create contact dermatitis.
Thanks for the education, Annie. Really thanks for that education. So for those watching this morning who are seeing the range of products you just shared with us, the Slippery Lime Shampoo, the Protein Defense, the Mighty Moisture product, and those are just 3 of the range of products that you've designed. Where can we get ourselves some of those products?
We have a retailer in Barbados there. I was there in Barbados for my honeymoon about 17 years ago.
Okay.
Sorry. I'm trying to get that label right. So you can pick up all the product. This is Inches Conditioner, now Deep Conditioner. It's a massive, massive 600 ml size with ceramides. Ceramides are things that hold your cuticles together. Ceramides are things that allow your cuticles to stay intact. So as you do a lot of grooming, you don't lose that cuticle layer. One strand on the hair has about 10 cuticles stack up. Your hair is only as good as the armor built around it. So this is what will keep that armor, that protection on. You can get that from She's Royal Boutique. All the products, please reach out to her on her website, reach out to her on her WhatsApp, reach out to her on Instagram. or you can go directly to my brand, which is the brand on there, which is Healthy Hair Studio. Yes, there it is on the screen. And you'll find her contact details when you click on retailers, healthyhairstudio.co.uk, or go straight to She Royal Boutique. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Listen, folks, this is life-changing for a lot of us of this color and the kinds of hair that we have that will make a full difference in how you wear your crown and your glory. Look at Annie. Annie has a full head of hair all the way down her back. She has a daughter whose length hair is even longer than hers.
Yes.
Full and rich, simply because of the products that she uses and the education around how she cares for the hair and the scalp. And so now we know we should go to She's Royal Boutique. She's Royal Boutique, and we shared with you the information on your screen. Remember, you can also find them online, shesroyalboutique.com. Follow them on Instagram or Facebook at She's Royal Boutique 246. It's all on your screen. Or you can call or send a WhatsApp to 248-3348. And best of luck, ladies. Now you know there is something that works. Let's make it work for you indeed. Annie, thank you so much for joining us this morning. I wish you well, and thank you for the education you shared as well.
Thank you for having me. It was great fun.
Oh, you are very welcome indeed. Morning Barbados is breaking here. We're back in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Week after week, Scold presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time. Spectacular developments and innovations, lifestyle and trends of tomorrow, mobility and tourism, health news, highlights from art and culture. Each contribution grabs the viewer with extraordinary images and stories and takes him into fascinating worlds which he experiences here exclusively and up close. We're there when companies and specialists develop super satellites for a global network in space and can look behind the scenes. Scold is a window to everything that is there or is yet to come.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We're 3 past the hour now. Let's take a look at some news. Senator Dr. Chantal Munro-Knight has described the 2025 crop over season as vibrant, one that has left her feeling satisfied. The minister in the Prime Minister's office with responsibility for culture says while there were some hiccups during the festivals, particularly at the crop over pick of the crop, she's still happy with the outcome.
We've hit the mark. I think that we've had a successful crop over. Doesn't mean that everything has gone like 100%. There are some things that we need to be able to, deal with and address. I mean, we had the finals, people had to wait long. So there's some things that we would have to be able to look at, but just generally, just based on audiences coming out, feedback that we've had for events that have been held with the National Culture Foundation. I'm not a fat person, but I know that all the events have been sold out. Absolutely, I know that many bands have been sold out as well, which means that people are coming out and enjoying themselves.
Well, yesterday, thousands hit the streets for the biggest spectacle. The Flow Grand Kadooment was the center of attention. Anesta Henry has that report.
Beads, feathers, a beautiful array of colors, and waistlines cutting like razors created an exhilarating, epic cultural display, putting the icing on the cake of weeks of crop over festivities. Just after 8:30 a.m., bands started moving off from the helipad car park in Bridgetown, where revelers were getting into sections, and the beverages, whether it be water or alcohol, started sharing. Among those revelers who started enjoying themselves from the time the jump started was Marilyn Seeley, Senior Manager of Communications at Flow, who says that they are thrilled to be part of this year's Crop Over Festival.
Last year, we would have sponsored Grand Kadooment. This year, we even went bigger, covering and sponsoring a lot of the major events of the NCF. and culminating with obviously the Grand Kadooment today. So a great investment in Barbados, and we will continue to keep the rhythm flowing. We're in the business of connectivity. We connect communities, we connect our people, schools, businesses. So I think it's like a foregone conclusion that we'll be part of something like this.
Also among the revelers was Natalie Abrams, who said she was definitely feeling the heat of the day.
Hot, but I'm really glad to be out another year. There are a lot of people that didn't make it this year, so I'm very, very happy to be part of the festival as always. And Vita's a great band, great energy, great vibes, so I'm very, very happy to be here.
Prominent band leader Chetwin Stewart, whose Power by 4 was not on the road today, was spotted having a good time in another band.
It can be a good job, man. The sun is out, people are ready to go, drinks flowing, we can have a good time on the road.
Carrying their chairs, umbrellas and coolers, thousands of spectators lined the streets. Whether they came out as families or it was a one-man or one-woman show, the intention was to watch the bands and create memories in the heat.
It's extremely hot, really, really hot, but I'm having a grand time. Really enjoying the festive season. It's really good.
I'm having fun, and I'm going to even get more fun as I go along the road.
So you're walking the road?
Chipping a little bit. I know the sun is really warm, but I'm taking my pace at a time.
I like it very much. It's very lively. We like the costumes and everyone's happy. Yeah, it's very nice.
It's just something out of this world. It's the one chance we're going to get to see something, and it's so extravagant, and the colour, but the friendliness, it's amazing. Couldn't have expected many more. It's wonderful.
Well, you are Lily's Garden, Lily Cooling Garden, and we're having a wonderful time, and we want everything to remain nice and safe, and we feel the presence of the Barbados Police Force and the soldiers. It's a beautiful time having Barbados. Last year was beautiful, and this year is very, very good.
Selling snow cones, chicken wings, fish cakes, cotton candy, and beverages of all kind, vendors along the route were reaping sweet Kadooment Day sales.
The thirsty, they want the pineapple, they want the orange, they want the cherry, they want the blue, and the coconut, along with the tamarind.
You can't complain.
No, I can't. It has been great, actually.
Last year, it was in between, but this year it's not bad at all. I got a great turnout. Things pick up a lot. It pick up very much.
There was also a large gathering in Eagle Hall where members of the Togetherness social group and friends assembled under a large tent to watch the bands and enjoy a day of fellowship with lots of food, drinks, and laughter. Anesta Henry, CBC News.
Let's look at sports now. Barbados club champions Weymouth Wales have finished runners-up in the 2025 Caribbean Football Union's Club Shield. Wales lost the final at the Atto Bolden Stadium in Trinidad to the Dominican Republic professional team FC Mocha 3-2. Wales trailed 3-0 until 4 minutes from time when Andreas Applewaite scored in the 86th minute and Nikolai Brathwaite in the 87th, but they couldn't find that equalizer to force extra time.
And it's taking its toll, the Jesus. Again, and that's a goal. Really a brilliant cross this time. And put away with some aplomb. Gustavo Ascona in the 24th minute. They already took off the striker, the goal scorer. And now, can he go to goal? He could go on his own. He could go straight to goal. Doesn't even need to pass it. This should be a goal. It is. Brilliantly done. And that is the second goal in the 75th minute of play. After that, here we're seeing the same thing, and they having difficulty doing it. This could be interesting here, and he goes around his man. Can he finish it off? Yes, he can. And that, as they say, is that an opportunity now for Barbados. Can they, the Weymouth Wales, can they pull one back? They're down by 3-0. A chance, low and hard, scores. Brilliant goal. Here is the ball played short. They need to score quickly, and played it at the back post. That's a great ball, and it's another goal. Well, talk about defense falling asleep, and they certainly punished them there on that occasion, and that is Nikolai Brathwaite with the header. There is the final whistle. Mocha FC from the Dominican Republic are the 2025 CFU Club Shield champions.
Well, despite losing that final, Wales have qualified for the CONCACAF Club competition later this year. They will play in Group B in the 2025 Caribbean Cup, with the top 2 teams from each group advancing to the semi-finals. And that's a look at news. Until now, we'll have more news coming up at 12 noon here on CBC TV8. Morning Barbados is back in just a moment.
Hurricane Tips brought to you by ICBL. Always there when you need us most.
If you've undertaken renovations to your property since your last valuation, be sure to have an updated valuation completed. Underinsured properties leave you exposed and responsible for covering a larger portion of the loss in the event of a claim. This tip is brought to you with the kind compliments of ICBL. For more information on available policies, call 434-6000.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Week after week, Scald presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time. Spectacular developments and innovations, lifestyle and trends of tomorrow, mobility and tourism, health news, highlights from art and culture. Each contribution grabs the viewer with extraordinary images and stories and takes him into fascinating worlds which he experiences here exclusively and up close. We're there when companies and specialists develop super satellites for a global network in space and can look behind the scenes. Scald is a window to everything that is there or is yet to come.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We're 12 and a half minutes now after 7 o'clock. I am absolutely thrilled to have with me on this set of Morning Barbados, this day after crop over, Miss Janine Edwards.
Yes.
Janine, good morning to you.
Good morning, and good morning going out to Barbados, the beautiful Barbados. I've been having such a fantastic time here for the Crop Over Festival. My goodness, and it's so great to see you.
Good to see you too. I mean, she's a ball of energy if you know her. And you can know her by watching, as I do every day, on Guardian Media Limited Slam 100.5 FM. I keep getting that part wrong. 100.5. She is in the, I call it mid-morning, 9 o'clock till midday.
Correct.
Monday to Wednesday.
Correct.
How much more correct can I be?
I know, right? Like, you know the thing. I like that.
She is so good at what she does. We have locked into her here. This is your second time for Crop Over.
I'm so humbled by the opportunity, but yes, this is my second time. Gotta send love going out to BTMI for having me, first of all, and so many people that made it possible. So I want to send love going out to them one time. So Mr. Graham Clark, thank you so much. He was actually in Trinidad and Tobago promoting Carifesta.
I saw that interview you had with him, yes.
I had an opportunity to interview him and really get to know about Carifesta that's happening here from August 22nd to August 30th. And then Alison Allen, oh my goodness, that woman's heart is beautiful, big, and I just love her, everything that she's done to make this possible. And then people like Belle and Brittany that made this trip, and all the drivers, the hotel that I'm staying at, the Abida.
Ooh.
And let me tell you something, I did not know, but Vibes Cartel stayed at the same Abida. Yes, he did when he came here in March. So I had the opportunity to be here and enjoy the festivities. And as you can see, as you can
your
see,
war rooms.
I had a lot of festivities here for the Crop Over Festival.
I know last year when you returned to Trinidad, you told the world about your experience. Do you have more to tell this time around?
Yes, I do have a little more to tell. This time around, for me, the experience at Oystons was different, all right? It was warm, welcoming. I don't know, the food. Gotta say, my goodness, Annie's.
Yes.
So I went to Annie's and we had the fish, and let me tell you something. I nearly bite off my finger, no. I nearly bite off my finger. Oystins was so beautiful. I mean, our island tour.
Yes.
I got to do my snorkeling over the shipwreck again, and so many
Nice.
beautiful fish. Oh my goodness, so that was great. And when it came to events at this time around, Bliss All-Inclusive or Bliss Premium All-Inclusive, that really stood out for me. I think it's because they were celebrating 18 years of the event, and they did a beautiful drone light show, which is something very different, very modern, and it was lovely to see. Of course, they had the Beja national flag and some of the partners they had worked with over the years, Copacabana, Beach Club and whatnot, and it was just a spectacle to see. And then how could I forget my experience on the road, right? So I'm talking about Island Mass for 4-day morning. I had a great time, and it wouldn't be possible without my BTMI friends.
course.
But on Grand Kaduma Day, guys, I made it to the TV. I made it to the TV. So I got to send love going out as well, because Allison linked up all of this. But I got to send love going out to Karishma of a Gorgeous You Boutique. She actually gifted me beautiful dresses for the events that I had to show up at. And she sent me the recording of me crossing that flow Grand Kaduma stage yesterday in my beautiful costume. We played in Aura Experience, and I was in this
there
section.
you are, your costume, by the way.
Yes, exactly. Listen to me.
Yes.
When we got to our resting spot, our breakfast spot in the morning, I couldn't help it. I had to go and take those photos. We climbed up on top of the rocks, and I'm like, yeah, this is it here.
Yes,
Like, it got me like a mermaid with my Trini flag and everything. So yeah, it was great. It was a wonderful experience.
Wow.
It's been great.
Did you get to go to the Prime Minister's Fete again?
No,
Not
they
this time.
swapped it out because last year I attended the Prime Minister's Fete. So this year they said, because you did get to meet the Honorable Prime Minister, Mia Motley, and I love her so much. She's such an inspiration for me, and I'm sure Caribbean women and women across the world. They said they'll swap it out, and that's when I got to attend the Bliss Premium All-Inclusive. And that was something at least very different, because normally, yes, you get a little makeup station, a little touch-up, but this was full-blown barber. There were 2 barbers there. There was even a tattoo artist.
Wow.
But I nearly got a trident. I nearly got a trident.
And why did you not?
Because he told me I would not have been able to go into the water. I could not go to the beach, or I could not go into the pool. And I said no. So he messaged me Sunday night, and he's like, I'll see you Tuesday, because he knows I'm leaving tomorrow. And I said, maybe I'll get the trident today, because I really appreciate you guys. And it's just something about how you all come together. You all are so, the nation, manly, clean, beautiful people. I was crying yesterday because it's like,
it's coming to an end.
Exactly. And it's just this time for me, what stood out was the people that I met here. And I love the program that BTMI has, and we get to meet influencers and media houses from around the world. So this time, of course, I got to meet beautiful people from the Caribbean, like Mariah. She was from Grand Cayman Islands. And then I had Rena. Rena represents St. Vincent. I met Marie. She represents Guadeloupe. And then Shubhana, she represented Guyana. So it was really a lovely melting pot, on the way to the events, in the events. And it was just a cultural exchange, because you get to hear what happens on that island. I tell them what's happening on my island. And then, of course, we're learning what's happening in Barbados.
Sweet. Do you know that Antics is here? Sorry. Oops,
I
sorry.
did not know that.
Well, now
so
you do.
When am I going to get to link up?
Sometime today.
Hopefully. After this,
Reach out to him.
BTMI has us booked, After this, at 9 o'clock, we have an island safari tour. And then tonight, it all's happening at Soca 25.
That's right, National Botanical.
That really stood out to me, because in Trinidad and Tobago, our carnival is 2 days before the Ash Wednesday, which begins Lent. So when we're finished on Carnival Tuesday, that's it. Things go back to, exactly. But it's not the same here. Big Grand Kaduma yesterday, but tonight is the biggest party, right? Everybody's going to be performing tonight. And I must say, the music this year, phenomenal.
Well, stop right there.
Okay.
Come right back and talk about what else Janine experienced for Crop Over 25 right after this break.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Week after week, Scold presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time. Spectacular developments and innovations, lifestyle and trends of tomorrow, mobility and tourism, health news, highlights from art and culture. Each contribution grabs the viewer with extraordinary images and stories and takes him into fascinating worlds which he experiences here exclusively and up close. We're there when companies and specialists develop super satellites for a global network in space and can look behind the scenes. Scold is a window to everything that is there or is yet to come. Fly with us through time to better understand today and tomorrow. You've always wanted that. Scold, a look into the future.
Our world today is not the world God wants it to be. One of the reasons, which will surprise many, is that our planet, its governments, and its peoples are all living under the weight of Satan's rule. From the beginning of mankind's existence to today, human history is the written record of what it means to live.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
22 minutes after 7 o'clock, spending time with my friend Janine Edwards from Slam 100.5.
Oh, Slam 100.5.
Correct.
Yes.
From Trinidad and Tobago. She's on island because she was here to experience what we call the sweetest summer festival. And boy, did she have a good time. She has all of her marks on her hand right there to show where she's been.
Yes.
We've tagged her. We want to own her next. Yes. Baby bro, you were talking about the music and talk to me.
Listen to me. So for me, everything was so great. The music especially. Now, I'm so congratulations going out to our Road March winner.
Yes.
Tech Charge led Pipey did his thing.
You loved that even before you came to Barbados.
Yeah, exactly. So that Tech Charge on the 12-12 rhythm really stood out. And back home in Trinidad, I got to interview Rhea Lane on the 12-12 rhythm with Get On, and I enjoyed it. But exactly. But what happened is when I got here, I must ask the question because I work on the radio, so I want to know. So I asked, hey, what's really trending? And then they said, that Jordan English darkers, right? And I heard it the first time and I was like, got my darkers on? And I was like, yes. I had to walk with darkers everywhere just so when the song comes on, I put on my darkers, right? Yes. And then third in the Road March this year was, of course, Lil Rick. Call 911. Listen, he's such a prolific writer. Yeah. That's what I love about Lil Rick. And I got the opportunity to see him and Led Pipe and Salas perform at the Bliss Premium All-Inclusive. So that was, I know tonight everybody's going to be there performing, but I don't think I had seen I don't think I'd seen Lil Rick perform before. So it was really nice to see him. And I understand now why they call him Hyper Dog. You know what I mean? Because he comes with that energy. I said, he drink down the cup, he bust a split, he do a wine, he do a shake. I said, my goodness, I stand up watching him in awe. And I'm like, wow, what a great writer. Because when he speaks of this song, going down the road, he sees something run across, he nearly hits it, he end up between these two cars, the defender gets in. I said, my goodness, great.
You saw the story. That's beautiful. Is there? And let's compare festivals for just a moment. There's Carnival, and then there's the Sweetest Summer Festival.
Exactly.
What do you see to be similarities and some of the differences?
Similarities, I would say. The events, okay, we do have a lot of events back at home, all-inclusive, school of fets, that kind of thing. Differences, though, and I actually mentioned this yesterday. Now, it is the National Cultural Foundation.
Correct.
Right. So what I noticed en route, and this is something that we could learn home, Trini, take note. This is something that really stood out to me. So en route, they had little tents, little setups, little stops with the DJs provided, big boom box, and what really stood out was the distribution of water, the water stations, because Barbados is so hot. And I said to myself, how responsible is this government to make sure we are hydrated on the road? You don't have to pay for water, and that doesn't happen in Trinidad and Tobago. Honey, water is $5 a bottle, right? So you're going to have to pay for your water on the road. It's not something that is given for free. And that really stood out to me because it said to me that this is a responsible government. They care about us, not getting heat stroke or dehydrated or anything like that, or getting too intoxicated. So that really stood out to me. In terms of the routes,
yes.
What else stands out to me? Just generally how you all are so professional with everything that you do. And it's always, yes, please. I go back, every time I go back, I'm like, yes, please. Because even like little encounters, I went to Chefette's.
Yes.
I went to Chefette to get some dinner at some point, and a lady was dealing with an issue, customer service, and it's just first class here in Barbados. So that is two differences to me that stands out: the professionalism here, and then the care and the responsibility of the government for the people and their visitors, because there's so many people that come to Crop Over Festival for the first time, and they mightn't understand this is pace, this is heat, and the government just keeps reminding you, stay hydrated. They're the water stations, and every time the band reaches a water station, you would swear it's a marathon. We're running, people drinking water, gushing water on themselves, and I'm like, this is brilliant. This really does assist in the whole scheme of things,
Well, we thank you for saying that as the way you have, because sometimes because we're here, we don't quite get it. And we're thanking you for getting it,
Yes.
to tell it back to us.
Yes.
Did you get a chance to explore any of other sights and sounds?
Sites today, I will be exploring the safari, the island safari.
You are going to love that.
I know, but last year I did not get to do it. So this year they put it in the schedule. So we leave at 9 o'clock. So I'm very excited. When I was doing my broadcast back to Trinidad yesterday, you know what happened? I was on the balcony, and all of a sudden, I just saw monkeys jumping the neighbor fence. And I said, in the middle of my interview, Blaze, there are 2 monkeys jumping the fence right now. And this is such a beautiful thing because they run here wild and free and beautiful. It's something that definitely does not happen
they're
in
pests
Trinidad.
to us.
They are.
Oh, yes, they
I would
are.
assume so. They take things, huh?
They take things that do not belong to them.
No.
And so, for us, they're pests. She said Blaze. Blaze is a morning man on
Correct.
Slam 100.5.
Correct.
And so you had your reports back.
Correct.
And so, on your return tomorrow, are you going straight to the air tomorrow? Or are you
I am
off
going
tomorrow?
straight on radio for 9 a.m. in the morning, and they're going to have a hard time because I'm already sending them. They need to have my music because I need my bashment now.
Yes,
I can't be there and I don't have my songs to talk about. So they're going to have an earful of what my experience was like. I mean, a lot of people saw it on social media, but they're definitely going to be hearing about this experience. It stood out. It is heartfelt. And it will be a lasting memory. I really, really appreciate BTMI.
You talked about Carifesta earlier.
Oh, yes.
Carifesta is coming.
I know.
And so once again, Janine, are you coming?
I would hope so, BTMI. Let's do this. I would love to return. I would love to be part of that because I believe this would be the 3rd time that it's being hosted here in Barbados. So I would love to be part of the experience. Trust me. Call me.
Indeed, that too is going to be a phenomenal activity, and it's going to be across the island, not just in one location alone. But so to have you here, I think, will be wonderful.
Yes.
So I really hope that BTMI is really paying very close attention to what we have dropped this morning to make this possible. Indeed, Janine, you are such fun. I quite enjoy what you do on the air on Slam 100.5.
Yes, you got it. You got it.
Yeah. She also does television, by the way, because
Yes, I
saw
do.
a cooking show that you've done.
I do Sizzle and Spice on CNC3. I've done many television shows over the 12 years that I've had on air, from entertainment, like Front Row, to something more serious, like Thinking Differently, which dealt with neurodiverse conditions. And of course, now I'm cooking, and I can't wait to get back to do more cooking. Yes.
Wow. Please come again really soon.
Oh, please have me back.
We shall.
Yes.
We shall indeed. Janine Edwards of Slam 100.5.
Yes.
Indeed. Guardian Media Limited. You can watch her online. She's going to be on the air tomorrow when she returns to Trinidad and Tobago from 9 in the morning right through till noon. Do not miss her Monday through Wednesday. And then what time is your show on CNC3?
It's usually Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8, but I don't know we're probably going to have a new time. So they'll have to stay tuned to find out.
Stay tuned to find out. Thank you so much. All the best.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome, my girl. All right. We're back in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Our world today is not the world God wants it to be. One of the reasons which will surprise many is that our planet, its governments, and its peoples are all living under the weight of Satan's rule. From the beginning of mankind's existence to today, human history is the written record of what it means to live under the rule of the devil. Yet that rule is coming to an end, and what a difference that will make.
Every Sunday at 9 a.m. on CBC TV 8, tune in for Tomorrow's World, sponsored by the Living Church of God.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Hey there, it's Mahalia. I want to share something that might be really helpful. If you're feeling anxious, overwhelmed, depressed, or lonely and have no one to talk to, call Lifeline Barbados. We all face struggles at times in our lives. You're not alone. There's no need to feel ashamed or embarrassed. It's okay to reach out for support. Lifeline Barbados is completely confidential. No one else will know you called. They're there to offer a caring ear and guidance without judgment. And fellas, I want you to know asking for help is a true sign of strength. It takes
morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We're 28 minutes now to go to the hour of 8 o'clock. And you know, Janine was just here, and thanks to her manager, John Birch, who you know is DJ Timeless, who really made a lot of this possible for us to be able to connect with the folks at Guardian Media, to get to know them better, and for them to do our linkages as we go, us to Trinidad, Trinidad to us as well. So thank you, John. Have a lovely day. Now, let's turn our attention to something else happening in St. Andrew as we gather this month of August right there, paying attention to the arts, the things of our culture, the things that define who we are, and herbs are also part of who we are. We've grown up with a tradition, and I think one of those people who can help us better understand it, because there's an activity coming up which she's hosting, is Irika Jelani. I just love her so much. Irika, good morning to you.
Good morning to you, Pearson, and to the whole of Barbados.
Listen, you look so beautiful and regal in what you wear. I'm very serious. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. And I was saying to you before we started just now, I feel as if I've known you all my life. All my life. From the work in basketry to all of your work in agriculture to you just being a woman of the soil. And that was always important to you.
Very, very, very much. You know, I have a love for the arts, culture, the land, you know, and community, family. I'm very family oriented as well, you know.
And
so
that you gave to your children.
Very much so, very much so. You know, I always say I try to raise responsible children, responsible citizens. And I always say, you do you.
Yes.
But whatever you do it with order, decency, and discipline. And that is what I like.
Her children are so talented, so invested in what they do, and that's because Mummy has been a wonderful example of that talent and investment. Indeed. And so let's look at what we're doing now, healing arts. For all of us have grown up looking around us and seeing things in the earth that we use, either for food or for medicine. And then we got so sophisticated that we thought it was trash. We want to dig it up, burn it up, discard it of it. And so you're saying, no, folks. So just a moment, let's look at what's around us and their healing properties. And there's an activity you have coming up.
Yes, and on this coming Saturday, the 9th of August, between the hours of 10 and 2 o'clock, we'll be hosting a healing arts presentation and workshop at Ngozi's Farm and Culture Sanctuary, located in Turners Hall in the parish of St. Andrew. You know, and just want to give a big hail to, the regathering committee and also our MP, Dr. Springer, for giving me this opportunity to host this event. And when we look at healing arts, healing arts is a holistic approach where you employ various methods, all surrounding about health and wellness and general well-being. And it encompasses like massages, different types of therapy. We don't rule out going to your doctor and making sure that you get your checkups, your medical checkups and so on. But what I'm saying is that healing arts is something very important because we live in a society now with so much NCDs, strokes. Every minute you hear someone have a stroke, a heart attack, hypertension, diabetes, you name it. And we try to promote healthy lifestyle, good eating, and we always see our medical practitioners warning us about the necessity for exercise and go for walks and avoid living in this sedentary lifestyle and junk foods and so on. So on Saturday we are looking specifically at herbal remedies and plant medical practices, and within Barbados and the Caribbean, there is a prevalence of still using that ancient ancestral healing practice of utilizing the various herbs and plants around us as medicine. And we use it in baths, in bush teas, as poultices. When it was coming up, the old people would burn all the oil leaf and they put around the head.
If you got a headache.
Yes, and you use the rosemary for memory and these things. So there's value in the things around us, even though now we live in an age with pharmaceutical and dispensary drug. Everything have its own place. We don't rule out anything because we look more at a contemporary, complementary kind of approach, alternative, preventative in terms of health practices. So Saturday we're discussing all the whole, traditional old-time remedies and our knowledge-based systems, and a lot of the oral history has been lost, and we're just trying to sensitize and stimulate the awareness of individuals about the importance or still the prevalence of this practice within our communities.
I've always said to some of the younger ones with whom I interact that if you see an animal eat it, it is good for you too. So if you just watch them how they graze on different things, and whatever it is they choose to graze, you too can graze on.
Yeah, or something to say, the leaves from the tree where we eat the fruit. Because herbs, you have to be knowledgeable. That's why it's good sometimes to sit at the feet of the elders, and to transfer and transmit this knowledge so that the younger generation would have information to assist them. We have the cooling teas.
Yes.
And also Dr. Peters, Sonia Peters, Damien Cohol, Anthony Richards,
yes.
Those are my peers, and I'm at doing my scholarship, my research study, my PhD, and looking at in cultural studies. And my project is also looking at the use of plants and herbs, but specifically amongst Rastafari and spiritual Baptists, because these Afro-spiritual traditions that are located in Barbados, St. Vincent, Trinidad, and other areas of the Caribbean, under whatever name, Voodoo, Santeria, Orisha, they all use plants and herbs. But I know for sure it is an indigenous practice, that we find the elders say, drink some bush tea, it is good for you. But what we say about doses, some herbs are poisonous, some are hallucinogenic. You have some psychoactive, so you have to know, but what the elders say, lay 1 or 2 leaf in a hot cup of water. They have some persons know how to blend different herbs, to assist with colds. And only in recent years we saw the pushback and the resilience and the resistance of our people when they were promoting, the vaccine and the COVID times. And Caribbean people say, no, I don't mind, I ain't gonna travel, I don't care if I lose my job. I drink my ginger, my turmeric, and all the concoctions that you can take about, to maintain the health. And all of this is in pursuit of good health, and being healthy and that is what we will be discussing. So I encourage persons to come, let us share, let us reason, about these traditional practices of bush medicine.
And I guess you'll be given us examples, not so I could touch the bush and get a sense of what's happening as well.
For sure. That's why I want it to be more interactive session where persons can share their experiences, and we will have a variety of different herbs grown in our immediate surroundings. We have the bay leaf, we have our, the sweet basil, and different comfrey, good for the bones and joints. They have different types of herbs that will be on display. So when persons come, they will see and learn, and we share about these practices.
This is so educational. This is so to the root educational indeed, and you really shouldn't miss it. It's at Ngozi Farm at the Cultural Sanctuary, Turner's Hall, St. Andrew, from 10 until 2 this Saturday. Turner's Hall, St. Andrew, from 10 until 2.
Now persons could just get the St. Andrew Church bus. For those
I was just going to ask you how to get there.
To get there, you get in, go to the Lower Green bus stand and get in the St. Andrew Church bus, and it will put you right at the farm. Just ask for Ngozi's Farm, you'll see the colorful flags in the yard, and the bus will pass back up and
take you back indeed.
Road,
so talk to the bus driver. So driver, just drop me off at Ngozi's Farm and Sanctuary, and let's see how we can get this all done. So it's Saturday, folks. Saturday. I think if you have a teenager who's curious, bring them along as well. Don't keep the children away. The earlier we introduce them to healing through the plants and herbs is good, I think, for the longevity of it. The
because
as well.
One of the things I would love to see is more emphasis on finding out a lot of phytochemicals in the herbs, like more studies and more, the government could put some money into we investigate and have more scientific validation about the different plants that are around us, that are used even to create biomedicines and so on. So that is one of the things that I would love to see, like pull together. We have our Ras Ayazes, Maynard. They have a lot of elders who will still boil their Cersei bush, and some islands know it as Corolla, for different ailments and so on.
How do you treat a cut? You can find out. How do you treat a head cold? You can find out. How do you treat a headache? You can find out. How do you treat an upset stomach? You can find out. All of those things you will find when you come to Healing Arts at Ngozi's Farm and Cultural Sanctuary, Turner's Hall in St. Andrew, Saturday. As Arika told you, get on the St. Andrew Church bus from the bus stand in town and let the bus driver take you there. It'll take you there. You'll see the feather banners, you'll see the flags, you'll feel the energy immediately. But it's something for everyone, whether you're into herbal studies or not, or if you just want to be able to come and share from your experience as well, stories told to you by your grandparents even, come and share as well. We can all learn from each other.
Very much so. And you know what, within the, as you said earlier, rightfully said, plants are used as, they're seen as wild bush and just weeds. There are persons who value them for their medicinal properties. And within the using as medicine, as food, in ritual and spiritual healing practices, just to create, when you go to a spiritual Baptist service, you find other plants on the altars around the center pole. Rastafari is still fighting for the decriminalization of marijuana in order so it could be for this religious sacrament. So everyone has their own take on these things, and they are very serious and hold it very passionate about the natural liberty and connection to the land.
That is so well said. So well said. I'm not even going to taint it. I'll leave it right there. Arika, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Saturday is going to be a big day.
Yes, I look for those with transportation. Driver, come on up.
Come.
And let us just have a wonderful educational, edifying session.
Indeed. Look at your screens, everybody. Look at your screens. It's called Healing Arts with Arika Jelani at Ngozi Farm and the Cultural Sanctuary, Turner's Hall, this Saturday from 10 in the morning until 2 is part of the regathering exercise for St. Andrew. Take the St. Andrew Church bus from town and come. Drive to Turner's Hall as well and come. From 10 until 2. You have 4 hours. You sit, you mingle, you talk, you share, you sample, you get to know if
and we have
you're
some
in
refreshment, natural juices and fruit and stuff.
See?
And you might even get to sample some cooling bush tea with the aromatic herbs.
There you go.
So just thank the regathering committee,
yes,
and our MP, Dr. Springer, for giving me this opportunity, to host another wonderful event at Ngosi's Farm.
It is going to be phenomenal, folks. Don't miss it indeed. Thank you, Irika. All the best.
Welcome.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
We're coming back in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb, and together we will travel the world.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at
morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We have 13 minutes still to go to the hour of 8 o'clock. Listen, today is the 5th of August. Carifesta starts on the 22nd. Do the math. 17 more days. 17 more days to go till Carifesta in Barbados. A part of which is going to be the space for the young people to do what the young people do. And so coordinating all of that is our good friend, familiar face to all of us, indeed, and to you, Ashley Lashley. Ashley, good morning.
Good morning, Pearson. Good morning, Barbados.
You survived.
I survived. And I'm here with you this morning at the whole of Barbados.
I am telling you. Are you looking forward to Carifesta?
I am indeed looking forward to Carifesta. This is actually my first Carifesta.
Yeah.
So being granted the opportunity to coordinate a space where young creatives and leaders and cultural curators can come together, I think it is a remarkable opportunity, but it is a remarkable challenge to ensure that the cultural perspective of young persons is there. So my team and I are working tirelessly behind the scenes, no matter no crop over is over, to ensure that Carifesta 15 represents the heart of our young people.
So folks, Carifesta is going to have a number of spaces.
Yes.
A number of spaces. There's a main Carifesta village and then a number of spaces around the island where people can come and engage with the arts and whatever else is happening. And you're responsible for the youth village. And the youth village is going to be where?
The youth village is going to be at the Barbados Community College.
Okay.
And although Carifesta is running from August 22nd to August 31st, the youth village is for 3 days. So it'll be taking place from August 25th to the 27th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. each day.
At the community college?
At the Barbados, yes.
And so what's happening there on those days?
Well, so many activities. We're trying to keep the energy high for young people. What we have created is we wanted to take the arts and the culture space into more a developmental arena for youth. So we'll be having hands-on master classes, workshops, not only looking at film, animation, we'll also be having stilt walking, stilt licking, we'll be having content creating workshops and classes. Then we'll also be having like a film day, but we wanted to bring like the musical element into it as well. So on August 25th, the evening time, we'll be having like a youth song clash.
Whoa.
Then we'll be having to culminate the youth village open mic arena where young persons from the different genres can come together and just perform and have fun on the stage. So what we really want to do is take it from the arts and the culture space and make it more developmental. So we're kind of working it like a summer camp, because as you know, like summer camp is going to be over around that period. I'm sure parents want at least 3 days for their children to be somewhere in some space, and the Carifesta Youth Village is that space that any young person can come out, any young artist, any young leader, to really get involved in our Caribbean culture and our arts. And I think for me, that's what the Youth Village represents. And in working with the team, I mentioned to them that, you know, this Carifesta should be for every youth. So that's my tagline going forward, to ensure that Carifesta is for every youth, because there are many young persons, even in my age group, who didn't get to experience the last 3 Carifestas in Barbados. So we really need to heighten that level of awareness to youth, not only in Barbados and across the region, but what Carifesta truly represents for us as Caribbean people, especially coming out of a post-pandemic era one. But also, I think it's a space where young creators, young innovators can finally come together to express themselves authentically. And I think that that is what truly represents us as young Caribbean cultural, I could even call ourselves emerging practitioners. So what we also implemented when we first started was we reached out to Inter-Caribbean Airlines as well. And they came on board to offer any young person under the age of 30 years old 15% off flights coming to Barbados. But I tell you, Pearson, Carifesta is for every youth. That's what we're certainly working on. But not only that, because it's at the Barbados Community College and we know how big this space is, what my team and I have done is we've divided up into 4 overall zones. So we'll be having the main stage, which would be on the playing field. And we're also creating a youth marketplace. So where youth entrepreneurs can come out to showcase their arts, their crafts, any innovations they have as well. Because the reality is, young persons, the first question that most young persons always ask is, what's in it for me? How am I going to make money from out of this? So we thought that it was important not only looking at the economic income for young persons, but also providing young persons with a platform to showcase their innovative talents in the arts and the cultural industry. But then we recognize that mental health and mental wellness is a big conversation now for a lot of young people. So within the Barbados Community College, we're creating a Balance Bay. And the Balance Bay will be our mental wellness and mental health space. And that's actually being led by a local NGO called Let's Unpack It Co. So they'll be leading on the activities that will be held within the space. We also have the Sustainability Zone, where we'll be reaching out to multiple innovators within the sustainability realm who are focused on the blue and green economy, to highlight that, because Carifesta also has a major focus on sustainability as well. And finally, there's the technology zone. So one of the key mandates that we had was inculcating technology into the innovative practices behind arts and culture. So we've actually reached out to the Caribbean Telecommunications Union, and they would be our official technology partner. We will be having some, I can't talk about it right now, but some very innovative experiences for youth to really see what's happening in the technology space. So when I tell you, Pearson, it's going to be pure action, pure vibes, highlighting young talent, I think that that's a remarkable opportunity for all of us to just come together as one across the Caribbean to really connect with each other and express ourselves.
I completely agree with you. And so it is going to be open to any age. So as young as till as old as.
Well, our key participants that we want to attract would be between 11 and 30 years of age.
Those are the ones I met. Because as I was listening to it, I was seeing my godchildren.
Yes.
And they're at 11. So, but they're expressing themselves through the arts already. So for them to be able to come in there as young people to see the latest in technology, to learn from some of the others who are experimenting in the ways that they do to better their craft. Because all of them suddenly now see themselves as creators.
Yeah.
Everybody can now take the gadget and do this and do that and taught to film.
Yeah.
And so that's what the opportunity provides for all of them as well, from 11 through to 30 or so.
I know that you mentioned that as well. We just released last week a call for young content creators to become the official youth media ambassadors for the Carifesta Youth Village. So looking at persons between 16 to 30 years of age who have like 3,000 followers. I know, being in the youth space, that there's so many talented young people, but they aren't given an opportunity because they don't have like 10,000 to 50,000 followers. But when you look at their content on Instagram or on TikTok, it's so creative and so good. So together we want to provide those young emerging influencers or content creators with an opportunity to be in the Carifesta Youth Village space to create content. And who knows what it could look like if it can go viral, but we just want to embrace and provide those young content creators with an opportunity to express themselves digitally.
So how can they do so?
They can do so by going on the carifesta.net website /registration and applying via the link.
Yeah, parents, come on, encourage your children to do so.
Yeah.
And you have a little star in your house and you know it. And you know it. So give them this opportunity through Carifesta to be the star that they're built to be. Carifesta.net /registration.
Yes.
And register them to be some young hosts as part of the Youth Village indeed. But you said there are going to be some workshops.
Yes.
So I'm trying to imagine the campus. Barbados Community College. So much space. The playing field is taken up already. We got that.
Yes.
And then you're using some of the classrooms or lecture halls?
So we're using 3 spaces so far, the playing field, the liberal arts theater, and also the science areas where the wellness space will take place. I know where to go. Yeah.
And so we want to encourage as many people as possible. And the dates again are August the
25th to the 27th, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. each day.
Yeah, it's good. And I really want you to come with your numbers. Ashley has a way of pulling people in. So we want you to come with your numbers indeed. And really see what the young people are doing and see how they're engaging too with Carifesta. Carifesta allows the platform to see all of our expression, not just in dance and music, but in film and the other points of the arts and that kind of thing. And so this is going to be big, folks. This is going to be big indeed. And so Ashley Lashley leads the Youth Village. The Youth Village will be held at the Barbados Community College from the 25th to the 27th. From 10 in the morning to 6 in the evening, 8 hours each day. Your youngster has to be a part of it. But us as adults, we're also invited to come on through and engage with what the young people are doing to see what they are up to, not just to watch them and shy them, but to be able to help guide them where necessary as well. There are workshops for them to develop indeed. And let's see what's going on. Carifesta is on, people. Carifesta is on.
August 25th by the 27th.
There you go.
Yes.
Ashley, thanks here.
Thank you, Pearson.
I wish you only the very best indeed. And of course, as time goes on, you will remind us so we can remind everybody.
Definitely.
All right, great. Folks, we're taking a break here. We're coming back in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb, and together we will travel the world.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health food store. At Nature's Discount, we have thousands of quality products at great prices. Hi guys, Dottie here with Nature's Discount, and today we are talking about solar ray, microbiome, probiotics, and why you should be taking them. And we have well over 3,000 amazing products to help you get healthy.
For your health tips, tune in to CBC TV 8 every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday for Nature's Discount, sponsored by Get Healthy Incorporated.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Tuesday has started, folks. Make the best of today. Make the best of the rest of the week. That's it for today. We thank you so much for keeping us company. My little crew joins me in saying the very same to you, but to wish you a wonderful today and a better tomorrow. See you. Bye-bye.